Hey everybody, I'm Pipes, and this is Midwestern Motorbike. Welcome in everybody. Thanks for tuning in for this episode, this vlog. If you've watched the previous vlogs, you see that it's a little bit different this time around. I am not out on my motorcycle cruising the countryside of Wisconsin because my bike, it's in the shop, broke down somewhat. I think that's some fuel injector issues or a fuel injector sensor. But anyway, can't be on the road, so I figured maybe I'd film or record a little video just introducing myself, a little background of myself, what Midwestern Motorbike is, how I came up with the name, all those things. So I figured introduce myself to you guys. I hail from southeastern Wisconsin, so pretty much border Illinois, Wisconsin area. That's where I grew up. That's where I'm from. That's where I do the majority of my riding. I usually go northwest, all the places, but normally I stick around within 200 to 300 miles of southeastern Wisconsin is where I ride. As of right now, I ride a 2015 Ultra Glide Low. I've only had it since May. I'm thinking already getting into something else. I've had many Harleys over the years. I've been riding since I've been 18 years old. A quick story. My mom is awesome. For my 18th birthday, she got us into a motorcycle class at a local technical college in the area that we live in. And so me and her went through the motorcycle class and got a license. From there, I rode whatever I can get my hands on, which wasn't very much. I started out on a Honda Rebel 250, which I kind of just, drove around my town, whenever I could. And then my stepdad had a Honda Shadow 750. The Honda Rebel, though, was a 1986. Now, mind you, this was back in 1999. So 1986, and then the Honda Shadow came a little bit later. I can't remember, but it was around that that era or year. Rode that for many years off and on. I didn't own it. He owned it, but he let me ride it whenever he wanted to. And I couldn't wait to get my first Harley Davidson. I had a couple of friends that had Harleys. I'm from Wisconsin, the home of Harley Davidson. So when you cruise around the Milwaukee area, you're just everywhere, and nothing against Honda Shadows or Honda Rebels or Honda in general. I just grew up with Harley. My dad was the biggest Harley guy I knew, but he never got to own a Harley. But you would never know that by the looks of him, the way he dressed, the way he carried himself, the way he always spoke about Harley Davidsons. You'd think he owned one, and he never did. But it always got into here that, you're going to get a motorcycle, you got to get a Harley Davidson. It's just what you got to do. Just like some people are Fords or Chevys or Dodges or whatever. You ride what you feel is comfortable. You ride what you think is what's comfortable for you. Now, I'm a fan of a lot of motorcycles. Granted, I've only been able to test ride other makes and models of other brands over the years. Never actually owned anything else other than a Harley. But I do dig all kinds of motorcycles. I don't get the chance to ride all of them because, for one, I don't own them. I don't know people who do have them. But if I ever get a chance to jump on a Kawasaki Ninja or a Triumph or an Indian or whatever have you, even a Vespa, if I ever have the chance, like, hey man, you want to take this little Vespa for a rip around the block? You better believe I'm going to jump on it and go, because it's on two wheels. The wind's going to be in my face. I'm going to give it a go. But all I have is a Harley. All I've ever had are Harleys. I was able to get involved with other riders, but lo and behold, a lot of the guys I rode with had baggers, and they're sitting there, flying at 85, 90 miles an hour. And here I am on this wide glide, just trying to keep up with them, hanging on, no windshield, no helmet at the time. And I'm just, you know, it was a blast. But watching these guys just leaning back with their feet up on the pegs, blasting their music, hair just whistling in the wind, just cruising comfortably. And I'm here like grasping for dear life on this Y Glide at the time, like I said, because I was, new to Harley, pretty much new again to riding because I didn't ride for a while, but finally got my first Harley. But then I had several more after this. I had a 2007 electric glide. Then I went from electric glide to I think it was like an '01 softail, to an '01 or '02 sportster. After the sportster, I went back to '07 full dresser ultra glide, and then now I have my 2015 ultra glide low, which I think I think I'm done with the Batwing. I think I want to get into a fixed fairing. But anyway, so I guess that's a little bit of my Harley history of what I rode and what got me into riding. My mom helped me get the license. My dad gave me the passion for Harley, getting teased for months and months and months on that Harley Davidson. That was a crazy time too, man. I remember driving back and forth because I had to drive about an hour or 45 minutes to work on I-94 here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you've gone to Harley Homecoming or been to Milwaukee, I-94 is the main interstate from Chicago into Milwaukee. There were just hundreds of bikes everywhere under the underpasses. I mean, they're like mosquitoes. I've never seen so many motorcycles in a small area all the time. And I didn't even really get to go to the 100th because for one, I didn't have a bike at the time, and two, I had to work. But I think that really cemented in my head at that time. I'm like, I got to get a Harley. I got to get into this community. I got to get riding. I'm tired of being left behind on this Honda Shadow. Tired of not being able to be heard. I don't have loud pipes. People are turning into me and all that stuff. So, but eventually now I have one. So I guess there's a little background on that. So, all right. So on to Midwestern Motorbike. What is it? Why I started it? Where did I get the name from? So, just like you, I like to watch YouTube videos of people riding their motorcycles all over the country, all over the world. I have a full-time job, so I don't really get to ride a lot like a lot of people on these YouTube channels. Some of them make a living off of these YouTube channels where all they get to do is just ride. That is great. Hopefully I can get there someday. That would be really cool. But because I don't really get to get on the scoot as much as I want, because I'm a dad and, I got a job, I got responsibilities and obligations and so on and so forth. So I get on my two wheels any chance I get, but it's not as often as I want to. So to fill that void, like you may, I jump on YouTube and I see what people are doing in other parts of the country and the world with their motorcycles. Where are they going? What are they saying? So obviously, if you look behind me, there's some influences on why I decided to start my own YouTube channel and show you my life through riding the motorcycle and the views I get to see in, southeastern Wisconsin and hopefully more of the Midwest. So the name Midwestin Motorbike, obviously motorbike is just another version of motorcycle. It's the same thing. It's just a synonym. There's really no deep connection between that. I just wanted to set myself apart from motorcycle. Figured motorbike means the same kind of thing and it's a little different. Now Midwestin just comes from being from the Midwest of the United States. So I know there is the East Coastin crew, if you're familiar with them, and all the cool things they do. And then you have the West Coast that has all kinds of cool motorcycle stuff going on out there. So when you're West Coastin, you're East Coastin, I'm Midwestin. That's just kind of where I came up with the name. I'm very proud to be from the Midwest. Here in the Rust Belt, we get all 4 seasons. So unfortunately, we can't ride our bike through all 4 seasons. There are some hard dogs out there, including me on a good day. We'll still get out there when it's freezing cold out there. But when there is inches of snow and there's salt and there's slush, we just can't power through it like some of those maybe in Tennessee or some other Midwestern states where it gets cold, but they don't really get a lot of the snow and they can kind of ride through the winter like they do as much as they want. We really can't do that up here. So I decided, I was like, let's show YouTube more of Wisconsin, more of the Midwest, because I see a lot of these videos of people, going around the whole entire country. I got to touch all 48 states. And I noticed that when a lot of content creators who are on 2 wheels come to Wisconsin, it's always for the Harley Davidson homecoming, for the Harley Davidson Museum, to go see the Harley Davidson plant, which is fine, which is great, but there's so much more to Wisconsin than just Milwaukee or Madison, if you're familiar with those areas. There's beautiful county roads, beautiful rolling hills. There's part of Wisconsin that the glaciers did not touch, I guess, many years ago, and so it's a lot of rocks, a lot of twisties, a lot of turnies and upsies and downsies to go through, and that's what I plan on doing through this, to show you all of that. Now, watching all of the people that got to go to the Harley homecoming this past year in 2025, to the meet and greet and all that stuff, and I'll get to that in a second, which I wasn't able to make it to the homecoming at all, which is still upsetting, but wasn't able to make it. But I noticed there isn't a lot of, I haven't noticed, I have looked, I haven't seen a lot of Harley content creators from Wisconsin, where Harley is from. Now there's some out there, give some shout outs. Life Behind Bars, which is linked down into in this video. Now he's doing exactly what I'm doing, just recording his stuff, going around riding and capturing the things he does on a motorcycle. Like I said, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. There's tons of people that are trying to do what I'm already doing. I started this year. This is only my 7th video on YouTube, fresh in it. So I do grab a lot of inspiration and ideas from people who've already done it. But I always believe that there's plenty of room for everybody to do this. Why not? I saw a TikTok video of a guy like, no one wants to see your stupid motorcycle videos. You know what? I do. I want to see your motorcycle videos, because I am fascinated by motorcycles. I have a passion for motorcycles. I love being on my Harley. Nothing gives me more stress relief. Nothing makes me feel more free. Nothing makes me feel more relaxed and adventurous and excited every single time I do it, other than jumping on my Harley and hitting the road. There's nothing else like it. In a way, riding a motorcycle, in a way, saved my life in a way. I am a U.S. Marine veteran. That could be another video, but being on a Harley and being in the camaraderie of the motorcycle community has really helped me along with all of that. So I decided Midwestern Motorbike, and I'm going to show you what everyone else shows you, but and I guess in my way, with my editing skills, I guess, in all of this, and try to be as authentic as possible. So if you ever run into, man, there's this fly. If you ever run into me, hopefully you feel that, man, the guy I see talking to me through the screen, he's the same dude. That's what I hope for. So, but that's Midwestin Motorbike. So hopefully once my bike is out of the shop, it's getting late in the season here in Wisconsin. The rain's starting to come in, the fall rain's starting to come in. Obviously snow is always threatening once you get into November. But I'm really hoping I can get back on the road, get some more riding in, get some more videos made of me on the scoot. But if not, I'll just be right back in front of this camera and doing other things. Top 10 lists, opinions about everything, about whatever, motorcycle content, motorbike related stuff. So, all right, on to the next thing. Pipes. Pipes is my road name, obviously. I'm pretty sure that's already obvious. I mean, now if my name was legally Pipes, I mean, it's easy to believe with the names that are out there now, but no, my road name is Pipes. So how I got that name is many years ago, I was leading a ride of a group that I was in, and out of everybody that was riding, I got pulled over because the police officer thought my pipes were too loud. Now, mind you, they were just Vance and Hines long shots, nothing else. They weren't. The baffle wasn't taken out. They weren't straight pipes. They were literally just Vance and Hines long shots on my '99 White Clyde. That was it. But I guess he felt I was too loud. And then right before we got to the destination, I got pulled over again. So because I got pulled over for loud pipes, the joke was, hey, pipes, come over here. Hey, pipes this, pipes that. And then the name just kind of stuck. And so for many years now, my road name is Pipes. So that's how I got my name. Now I'm really excited to really get this channel going. I'm learning as I go. I'm learning by watching others do this. Now I got a simple setup. If you're curious on what gear I'm using, right now I'm looking into a GoPro 12 Black media mod, and I'm using the speaker to speak into. I use CapCut for all my editing of my videos. I also have Premiere Pro. I don't use that as much for one because I forgot how to use it. I went to college for graphic design, film editing, and photography. I got really good at editing video through Premiere Pro, but if you don't use it, you lose it. I opened it up. I couldn't remember how that whole thing worked. I didn't really feel like relearning it again. CapCut is more of amateur editor. I mean, if there's places in Wisconsin that you would like to see, if you're not familiar with the state, or there's any questions about Harley Homecoming or Milwaukee or anything that you think I might add value to or could answer, because I am from the area, just let me know. I'm willing to answer any questions or make a video about it. Alright guys, hopefully, this is jumbling. My GoPro keeps dying on me. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I'm new to this. So if you have any questions for me about this video or for me at all, just put the comments below, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Just so you know, just keep following me. You never know. This might blow up, this might not. And if it does, you could be like, I remember this dude. When I started watching him, he had like 40 subscribers and like 5 videos. Now look at him. That's because of you. I'm not doing much. I'm just riding around, recording and editing, and just as a hobbyist. It's because of you guys watching it is really what's making it something. I'm not really doing it. You guys are the ones. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And Godspeed. Till next time.